Listening to 94.4 FM, Salford City Radio. My name's Carl Royle. Thank you for joining me on What's Happening Salford on this Tuesday afternoon. This is show number 10. I can't believe we got into double figures. I'm very excited about today's show. It's a bit of a follow-on from last week, which we've had some really good feedback about. So we had Mr. Sutherland in last week from Peel Hall Primary School. What I did find out, when we said in the show, all the kids were listening, and I wonder if they'll cheer. They did. They were all listening. There had a lot of the kids listening to the show, and when I said, "Oh, I wonder if they'll cheer," apparently the whole school went absolutely mad. So that was a really nice thing to hear. So we've had an exciting week this week. I've been up and down the country. I've been helping someone with a Magic Circle audition. I went down to the Belfry, which was really good fun, and I also went to see the show that I promoted, the Magic and Mind Reading, which was in Manchester for Red Nose Day. So what did you get up to for Red Nose Day? Do you have a good laugh and raise lots of money for good causes? So we've got a couple of features as well today that have changed. People have given the feedback they quite like it when we link the music together for different reasons. So all the music you hear today, all the artists have got something in common. So the first one there was Madonna, and so everybody, so the actual songs are red herrings. It's just the artists. So it's just for fun. There's no prizes. But as we go through the show, every record we play, all the artists have got something in common. So we'll see how quick you can get it. And if you want to send me a message, you can do that through our Facebook page. If you do get it, we'll give you a mention. I've got my Facebook page open here. There is a little click, there's a button on there, it says send message. So that would be What's Happening Salford 94.4 FM, and it's basically that's our Facebook page. The other thing this week, we've got 100 followers, so that's taken a few weeks, but on average I'd say that's 10 a week if it's our 10th show. I do maths and everything. So what I want you to do is, if you go onto our Facebook show, please follow us as well, because I put on there all the time who the guests are going to be. We always put links to the shows as well, so if you've missed them, you can actually listen again. And people tell me that they're quite good fun, so I hope so. And today we've got another very, very special guest who's going to talk about a couple of things, actually. His name's James Moores, and he actually works at UTC in Salford, and Media City there, so that's going to be exciting talking about that. And he's also into his drama and acting, and he wants to talk about that side of his life as well. And I think he's somebody who helps a lot of people, and he does a lot of promotion and marketing, so I'm really looking forward to hearing what he's got to say. So the second song we're going to play today is by Duran Duran. And listening to 94.4 FM, this is Salford City Radio. Thank you for joining me on this Tuesday afternoon, 12 till 1, on What's Happening Salford. So we've had Madonna, and we've had Duran Duran. So I did this in the office before, nobody got it. So I was quite surprised. I thought it was quite easy. So I wonder if anyone's got it after 2 records. So we'll see. So James has joined us. We're going to talk to him in a second. And we've got loads of time to talk about your UTC and your drama and things like that. Your mic's not on yet. I've not let you talk. He's trying to talk to you, but I'm not letting him yet, because there's one thing I'd like to do. There's a very good friend of mine from Salford who's putting on another charity event, and it's called the Spring Flower Dance. It's on the 6th of April, and if you go into Facebook and put that on, it's for the Wipe Your Tears charity. So good luck to him and all the team. But if you go onto Facebook and put the Wipe Your Tears charity in, or the Spring Flower Dance, I'm sure you'll get all the information, and I'd love it if they got a full house. Now, I've actually got a telephone number you can ring for tickets as well, which is 08433 082 898. That's 08433 082 898. Good luck to all the team putting that event together. I know there's so much effort going into it to raise money for a fantastic cause. So here we go. It's time to get our guest on. So we've got James here. Hiya, James.
Hello, how are you?
I'm very, very good. You're very jolly, aren't you?
I am. Yeah, Tuesday afternoon.
Has it got you out of work?
Yeah, it has, yeah. Although I do love work.
I get you've got somebody's listening, and you had to put that in, didn't you? I love work. I do. I love it. I do.
Yeah.
So, but it's great to have you here. And do you know what? Last week, I think you might have heard in the introduction, we had somebody from a primary school on.
Yeah.
And you called me, and we had some of your friends on the show quite a few weeks ago, didn't we?
Yeah.
And I think you must have liked what they did, and you said, "Can I come and talk about what we do?" Now, very much we have very, very wide-ranging topics, but it seems like the last 2 weeks we're going to talk about education. But I think it's the fun side of education. I'm hoping.
Is, yeah.
Now, I've got to be honest. I think I'm quite plugged in to stuff that's going on. I've got 3 kids, so I've had to keep an eye on what's going on in education and things. And then I heard a phrase which you used, and I'd heard it before, but I didn't really know what it was, and it was UTC. So I believe it's a 3-letter acronym, isn't it? And it's for University Technical Colleges. Is that correct?
It is, yeah.
Now, for people who don't know, including me, could you explain what a UTC is?
Of course I can. So a University Technical College is a college that specialises in a certain area. So for us, we're based in the heart of Media City, so we specialise in creative and digital courses for students that are interested and have a passion for media.
So in the location you are, that must create some opportunities that are not elsewhere in the country, because that's the epicentre of everything media, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. We're right in the heart. So we've got the BBC, we've got ITV just over the road from our doorstep, really. So it's a fantastic way for students to interact with the media and get right over there.
And do your students get that opportunity to go and do experience within the companies that we would have heard of?
Yeah, that's what a University Technical College does. So it trains students to walk straight up into a job. So we use our students to go over there and do work with our employee partners such as the BBC.
I love the way you shook your head then. If you could see me, you went, go over there, and like shoot through his head to one side. Now, when I was doing a little bit of research, because believe it or not, I don't just come in here and sit down and not have a look at what you do. The one thing that I found quite interesting was when it says University Technical Colleges from 14 to 18-year-olds.
Yeah.
And that sort of seemed, in my head, to overlap the school and college time. So when I was at school, that was a long time ago, and it was in black and white. It really was. I went to school in black and white, and they had chalkboards and things. So it obviously has the overlap, and I've not even seen that with my kids, really. They've gone to school up to the age of 16, then they go 2 years at college, and then one of them's at university now. So how does that work?
So you can join us in year 10 or year 12, basically. So if you have a passion for creative and digital media, whether that be TV and film production or games design or radio or games design, just said that.
So you have to be interested in games design twice.
Yeah, you do, yeah. Yeah, so you can join us. You can leave your current school in year 9 and come and join us, but you would still continue doing your GCSEs until you're 16. So you would still do your English, Maths, Science.
So the core subjects you carry on doing?
But it's enhanced in digital and creative courses.
Right, okay.
And at sixth form, you would come and do it as A-levels or as a level 3 BTEC.
And so the kids who go age 14, do they end up with a bit of an advantage going into when they end up going into what the equivalent of college is?
Yeah,
because they're used to that surroundings and built up contacts and...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they've got the experience of working in that industry and having links just across the road that you wouldn't get at any normal school across the country.
Yeah, when I've spoken to some people about this, and what I'm interested in is whether or not this is a myth. Do people come to your college who are less academic because they want to do something more practical, or because really you want slots for everybody?
Yeah.
Or is it just about the subjects?
Well, it's very diverse. It's for anyone that has a passion within media. We're open to anyone.
I would have thought
anyone with any cultures, any beliefs, whatever they want to do. If they want to do media and study in that sector, then you would come to us. Yeah.
But any kid who's sat there who's listening to this, who's not in school at the moment because they didn't want to go in, and they're going, oh, that sounds good, I can go and do media stuff and do music and do things like that, they'd still have to do all their core subjects, don't they?
Subjects, yeah.
So that's important, isn't it, to everybody?
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to play another record.
Okay.
And it's got another link. You know the link. You know the link because we talked about it before. You don't give anything away.
No, I'll try not to.
I've got 2 choices. I'm going to go for a really obscure one, actually. And it's this is Sheena Easton. You're looking at me as if to say, who's that?
No, I know who that is.
And it's Morning Train. I wonder if you've got it yet. That's 3. We've had Duran Duran, we've had Madonna, and we've had Sheena Easton, who the guys in front of me have no idea who that was or what that song was. I've just said, I think old people might like that song. So I'm included. She did a song with Prince. Yeah, You Got the Look. It's...
I know it.
James is looking at me going, what are you talking about? I came in to talk about UTC. So, anyway, what I was wanted to know is people who are listening and parents listen to this and they might go, do you know what? That might be an option that we should look at. Because I know kids get to a certain stage in school and some kids love school. Some people don't, and I think that nowadays that maybe it's a bit more touchy-feely and people are trying to find the right, put round pegs in round holes. So if parents were interested in looking into this for the kids or kids themselves, so how do they go about that? What's the best way? I believe you might have an open day coming up.
Yes,
is that right?
we've got an open day coming up on the 7th of July, which is a Sunday, and that's from 11:30 in the morning till 2 in the afternoon. And you can find out more information about that on our website at www.utcmediacityuk.org.uk.
You did that without looking at anything and with a radio voice.
It's did quite well then.
Absolutely amazing. And on this open day, what will people expect to do and see? And
well, they'll be able to get a taster of the courses that we offer. So we'll have TV workshops running. We'll have our game studio up. We'll also have a free barbecue as well. You can't go wrong with a barbecue.
No, I was not. It's not barbecue. I was looking at it. Free.
Oh yeah,
I was looking.
We'll have the introduction from our principal and our senior team as well, and our pastoral and sort of all our departments within the college. So.
Yeah, and will people get to look around the classrooms and look at all the subjects that are available
so
and things like that?
College, have a look at our flagship studios as well, and look at the equipment, which is a copy of what's over the road at Dock 10 Studios.
Yeah, and do you have to book onto that? So if they get in touch through the website and actually book onto it?
Yeah, and it takes them onto Eventbrite. Yeah.
And what's the catchment area for? Is it just from people from Salford or
it's Greater Manchester as a whole?
Okay, but mainly people from Salford.
Well,
no. You've got to remember you're on Salford City Radio because all the best people come from Salford.
Yes, they do.
So obviously you're going to give main priorities to people from Salford, aren't you?
Yeah.
But really, the whole of Manchester.
The whole of Manchester.
Yeah. Okay. We'll go with that.
Yeah.
So it's the thing is, what's your role within all of this? Because I know you're here to talk to me today.
Yeah.
And you're very much doing your job now, aren't you?
I am. Well, I actually was a student at UTC. So I joined, I left my old school at 14 and joined in year 10.
Oh, so you're one of these kids we're talking about?
Yeah.
You've got like empathy and everything.
So, no, it just changed sort of my life kind of. I know I'm only young, but it was the best decision that I made.
Listeners, I've just got to say, he is young. He is like really young.
So I was interested in TV and I was like, you know what, let's give it a shot. And it was the best thing that I could have done really so far. And now I'm doing an apprenticeship in marketing at the UTC. So
right, so you're doing a lot of the. So, like I say, you're doing your job here. You're helping to market and get the message out there for what other people do. But you've got some other great interests, haven't you? You've just mentioned there drama and acting and things like that. And I know you want to talk a little bit about the group that you're involved with, that are based in Salford and based at the Keys. Yeah. So we're going to play another record because we do that within our theme of records.
Yes.
And we're going to play another oldie. They're all old, actually. I know you.
What about one of the new ones?
Do you know what? You've just made my day. I said we're going to play another oldie, and you said I don't know that one. I'm gonna go with that. So we're gonna play. This is one of my favourite records, ever. Yeah, but remember what I said. All the records themselves, they're red herrings. It's just the artists have got something that linked them. So this is Gladys Knight with The Best Thing That Ever Happened. Salford City Radio. Thank you for joining me on this Tuesday afternoon on What's Happening Salford. And we've got James with us from UTC. We've just had a message, haven't we? So one of our old guests. Well, she's not old, she's quite young, but she's somebody else who's been on the show. She actually made me laugh more than anybody else when she talked about going to a fancy dress party. She's called Hedgehog because she runs she runs a scout group. And so they all have funny names, don't they? So she went to I think she went to the Halloween party dressed as a hedgehog, but as roadkill.
Oh. Okay.
It's wrong, isn't it? He's actually, and it's the only time in the 10 weeks that I've done this that I think I had to put a record on quick, because I actually lost it when she said it. I just started laughing. And so she wanted to know if it was possible for maybe some of the Cubs or the Scouts to come and have a meeting with you to help them with a digital badge or something like that. Do you think that might be something they can help with? Maybe.
Yeah, something that we could help with, yeah.
I'm nodding my head here, and James is going, yeah, of course we can, yeah. So I'm going to put you in touch with Hedgehog.
Yeah.
And that's not a real name. Her name's Kerry. You can call her. So hello, Kerry, and I'm glad you're enjoying the show. She just said some really nice things on the message. So and we'll play the next record for her in a bit. So anyway, as well as UTC, when you went you went at 14 to UTC, yeah. But you've got an interest, and have you always had your interest in acting as well?
Yeah, I've always had an interest in behind the camera and in front of the camera. So I wanted to do acting as well. So I did acting at my old school, and then when I joined UTC, because it was more behind the camera, I was like, I'm not sure. And then a performing arts school opened up at UTC. Called Fate's Academy,
yeah,
and that's run by Faye Brooks from Coronation Street,
yeah, and
Gareth Gates from Pop Idol. And
I've seen the pictures
every Tuesday. So yeah, I did that as well, and now I'm working for them as well,
which is quite cool. And so, if I just go back a little bit, because this is the one thing I think parents might be interested in, is. Because you went to UTC at 14, what was your thought process of, was it I want to get out of school and I would do something completely different, or was it just about the subjects? What do you think's going through kids' minds when they want to go and, because it's a big decision.
It is at 14.
At 14 going, right, I'm getting out of school, I know I've got to do something. So what went through your mind? What was your experience of that?
Well, I was always interested in media from being really young. I always loved having a camera and going around filming things, doing things on my laptop. And then I heard about UTC on the radio, actually, and I was like, okay, let's have a look at this. And I had a look around, and then I got offered a place, and I just thought, you know what, it's a kind of a opportunity that I can't turn down.
So you did 4 years there?
I've done 2 years there, so I'm doing an apprenticeship now for instead of sixth form.
Oh, right, okay. So that's part of your apprenticeship, is there? Okay, I get that now. So let's talk about Fates.
Yeah.
Because, like I say, your friends have been on before. And,
yes.
Another James.
Yeah.
And Emma, who came in and talked about the play that they'd done, and the writing and the acting, and all in Salford, because everything's in Salford. Yeah. And I think that's how you've got in touch with us. So it's nice that the guests are passing our details on to get you in. And so, really, where does it... Tell me about Fates, how that fits in with what you do.
So Fates is a performing arts school, and that's based at the UTC every Tuesday evening, so it's on tonight. And they specialise in all performing arts, so that's singing, dancing and acting. And that's for children aged 4 to 18, and it's external to UTC, so you don't have to come to UTC. It is something that is just for the community of Salford and Manchester.
Yeah, and about is it all different kinds of classes? So did they cover the triple threat? So they cover all the singing and the dancing and acting? Yeah, and so all that is the practical side, as opposed to what you do, which is the technical side, and putting that together. Yeah. So do you feel torn sometimes? Because you're obviously doing your technical stuff, and like you said, behind the camera and all the stuff that's going on there, but I can tell by the way you're talking is you've got a passion for acting as well, haven't you?
Yeah, I do. 1 minute I like being in front of the camera, and then 1 minute I like behind, so I'm just trying to find what's best. And
is it a lot of TV stuff that you're looking to get into going forward?
Yeah,
you keep mentioning cameras, you see, so is it more based around that the TV side as opposed to doing theatre and
more on
stage
screen
stuff?
Work, yeah.
So that's, again, there's a skill, and it's a completely different thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you've got to learn. So what projects are you working on at the moment?
So with Fates, we're working on a film premiere night that all our Faters have been working on.
Is that what you call Faters?
Faters, so like Justin Bieber, they're believers.
They're believers.
Yeah, we're Faters.
You just nicked my line. I was actually just going to say that, and then you went there before me, but that's okay.
So our Faters, they're working towards a film premiere night. We recently did a big production of a remake of The Greatest Showman in October, and that was fantastic as well.
Right, and is that on film? Did you film it, or you did that as a theatre production?
That was like a theatre production in Manchester, yeah.
Okay, and because you're so close to the Lowry and stuff, do you is most of your work done there, or?
It's done around Salford and in Manchester. Yeah, it just depends where we can get.
So The Greatest Showman, was that quite spectacular? Was it?
It was.
Did you have the grandiose of the film? Were you Hugh Jackman?
No, I wasn't.
I just had a look of disgust. There was a look of no, I was not. So who were you? You were in it?
I wasn't in it. No,
okay.
I was working sort of behind the scenes, making sure everything ran smoothly.
I'm sure that was a mad show, wasn't it?
It was a mad show, but it paid off in the end. It was brilliant. So seeing all the fighters, like from start to finish, and how they progressed over that period was really good.
And you say there's a mixed age group for Fates. It's like anybody who's interested from really young
age 4 to 18, yeah.
And so obviously I'm guessing that they do the drama games thing and
it's
all
split
that
into 3 age groups as well.
And then they're doing working on productions and working on TV and stuff after that. So if you were interested in something like that, because this is a private school, isn't it? Is it a private school? Yeah. So how do people get in touch? Do you just put Fates Drama School and
fatesacademy.com?
That's Fates Academy. He didn't read that neither. He's coming. It's all prepared. It's in his head.
Email us at info@fatesacademy.com.
That's easy, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's Fates. And Fates is spelt
FATES.
You have to think about that one. So he's really good at information except spelling, but we're okay with that.
I'm awful at spelling.
Really?
Actually,
I've picked it up. Yeah, I'm not very good at spelling either. We're all right. So we're going to go with another record, and within our little theme, I think we might have one more after that, and then we'll let the listeners know, see if they've got it. Nobody's got it. No one sent me a message yet, and I've had a lot of messages. We've had a lot of wrong answers. Oh. So the next record that we're going to play is by Adele, and it's Set Fire to the Rain.
I know that.
You're listening to 94.4 FM. This is Salford City Radio. Thank you for joining me on this Tuesday afternoon, 12 till 1. We're every week on What's Happening in Salford. We always have very special guests on and diverse types of subjects that we talk about. And this week we're talking about UTC, and we're also talking about Fates Acting Academy, aren't we? It's which is good. We've had a couple of messages. One person has got it right. My wife. I've had loads of messages with people getting it wrong, and I've got one more record on the theme, and then I think we'll let people know what it is, and I'll give them some more artists that we could have played. Yeah. So James, thank you for joining us, and I believe. I mean, one of the questions I would always ask people is how can people find out more about something, as I did when we were talking about UTC. Mm-hmm. So I believe there's some things coming up, some workshop events that people might be able to get involved with for Fates. Yeah. So it's we'll just ignore that you've got someone dying next to you. It's just you said you were going to be quiet. So where and when are can people find out about the workshops?
So we've got some Easter workshops coming up, and they're on the 9th and 10th of April.
Okay.
And that's based at UTC as well, and that's from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And it's basically a play in a day.
A play in a day. You've thought about that, haven't you? Did you all sit around and go, what we're going to call this?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to come up with a play, and we're going to do it in a day.
Yeah. So we're going to do the play and then perform the play at the end of the day.
And will the parents of people who've been dropped off all come in and watch the play get performed? That's a good way of going, look at what we do, isn't it?
Yeah.
I like that.
So that's play in a day.
That's quite cool. And are you involved in those? Are you involved in those workshops yourself?
I'll be making sure everything runs smoothly again.
Are you? You are an enabler, aren't you?
I am.
I can say that. You've never been called that before, have you?
No.
So, do you know what one of the other features? I hope I'm going to make you laugh now. So I've promised on the Facebook page that was got a couple of new features. So one is the connected records, and the others I'm going to have my favourite silly story from the week. So hello to all my Irish friends, because it was St Patrick's Day this week, wasn't it? This weekend.
It was, yeah.
And did you hear what Sheffield Council did? You didn't hear, did you? No, because I only found this sort of buried away. I think and all the pictures are there to prove it. It's brilliant. They flew the Welsh flag
Oh, really?
The dragon, the red dragon. So it's that thing, isn't it? You've got one job.
Yeah.
You've got one job to do. And I know a lot of people like this. I'm going to give you one job, and that's all you have to do to get it right. So, right, St. Patrick's Day, go and fly the right flag. And he flew the Welsh flag. I thought it was funny. I'll put the link to that on that story on the Facebook page, along with all your information as well, because that's important. So the two things that I think people want to do is obviously if the kids or parents think the children might be interested in UTC.
Yeah.
So we'll make sure all the stuff goes on about that. And then the fates thing, anybody can be interested in the drama stuff, can't they?
Yeah. If you're from 6 to 18 and you want to come along to the workshops, then once again, www.fatesacademy.com. But if you want to join us every Tuesday night, then you have to be 4 to 18.
4 to 18.
4 to 18 for the workshops, it's 6 to 18.
Yeah, it's it covers pretty much the gamut of ages, doesn't it?
We tried to tie it in with school holidays as well, so get your kids off the backs of parents.
So you're providing a valuable service. It's nothing to do with the subject matter at all. You'll just babysit kids. Is that you don't? That's not what people want you to say, is it?
No.
You're not professional babysitters, are you?
No, we're not.
4 is young, though. 4 is young.
Yeah, but they've got talent.
Right, okay. Is that mainly in dancing and singing, or do you get 4-year-old actors as well?
A bit of everything.
Really?
Yeah.
You really didn't want to answer that question, did you? I bet you don't make sure nothing goes wrong with the 4-year-olds, do you?
No. Nothing goes wrong with anything.
Does it not?
No.
That's cool. We've got one more record in our theme.
Oh, okay.
And then I'm going to let the cat out of the bag. So this next record is What's Love Got to Do with It by... You've heard of this
yes.
young lady, Tina Turner. Tina. With our special guest James. Thank you for coming in to see us today, and don't worry, we're going to keep you here just a little bit longer as well. Because we want to let the cat out of the bag with all these records. So many people have got this wrong, which is brilliant. Like, genuinely, the only person who's got it right is my wife. So, but she's always right.
Well.
I'm going to get a slap when I get home now, aren't I? I am. So it's saying that she didn't know what the answer was before I even started. So that's fair. But she's bothered to send me a message. Well, so you want a good luck message? It was just I know what the answer is to everything in the life, universe, and what's going on. So it's so we played Madonna. We played Sheena Easton. We played Duran Duran, Gladys Knight. That was a bit of Tina Turner. Yeah. So if I said that the next record was Sam Smith, do you want to let the cat out of the bag, James? What do you think it is?
Well, I think that it's James Bond.
I think the answer is that all of those artists have sang a theme to a James Bond film. That's right. And I'm quite proud of myself that nobody's got it right. So many people got that wrong. I thought it was easy.
To be fair, I have just had a text saying it's James Bond.
So somebody on your social network got it right, but not on mine. Yeah. So I'm talking about social networks. Don't forget the Facebook page. What's Happening Salford 94.4 FM. I'll say we went over 100 followers this week, which was quite cool. It keeps ratcheting it up. The thing about the Facebook page, if you like the show, is I always put stuff on there about the guests that are coming on and links to everything that they've done. So you get to find out who's coming on the show very quickly if you're on Facebook, and we use that more than any other social media, really. So and do like the page for us. That's a cool thing to do. So if you we are going to play Sam Smith actually, but we've let the thing out. So 2 people got it right. Yeah. I think your person wins, because my wife knew anyway, because she helped me put the list together. Yeah. So I think that's right, don't you?
Josh, he just went, it's James Bond.
Yeah, Josh. So hello to Josh. Congratulations. You've just won 100 Salford City Radio points. Brownie points, we'll call them. And do you know no one else has ever won those? So you are the proud owner of a unique thing. So that's quite cool. So anyway, James, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you very much.
So if people go onto the Facebook page, I know you've just sent me all the stuff, so I'll make sure that's on there this afternoon. And it's got all the information with regard to the Fates Academy, and it's got everything about UTC, about the open days, about the workshop days and everything like that.
Yeah,
so and hopefully people will get in touch, and all the talented Salford people will start coming to see you. Excellent. So thanks again for coming in to see us. We're going to play Sam Smith, And our last, because he did a James Bond theme as well, so I kept it going. Do you know what? I couldn't find Aha on the system. I always play Aha, but I couldn't find them. Aha, yeah, Take On Me. That's not the theme.
That's the one with the pony advert, isn't it?
I don't know where you're going with this. Anyway, this is Sam Smith, Money on My Mind.